Your necklace
Yep.
is your CryptoPunk. Your PFP is your CryptoPunk.
Yeah.
And I'm just, was it yesterday? Or today, I checked the price. As of now, CryptoPunk is worth more than 1 Bitcoin.
Okay.
That's just the floor price of the CryptoPunk, according to OpenSea. And it's a lot of money. It's $92,000 right now, a CryptoPunk. So I was just curious, like, why do you have a CryptoPunk? Well, why is that your PFP? Or I don't know if you minted it, but yeah, I was just curious, like, why? What made you want to get a CryptoPunk?
Thanks for telling me that, because like the last time I checked, pretty much like one CryptoPunk is like around 1.8 or 2 Bitcoin.
Oh, okay.
So I'm down right now. But
hopefully you didn't buy it at that price.
Yeah. But very good question. So actually, I didn't mint a punk. I would love to, because that was probably back in June this year. I finally able to acquire one, and actually just 2 to 3 weeks ago, I found my V1 pair. So meaning that it's a punk pair getting V1, V2. Which I love it so much. And obviously, everyone will talk about the provenance, the community, with the beauty-centric, with artist-centric. A lot of amazing artists are also within the punk communities. So I guess like it's a no-brainer for me to always find a community that is so related to art, so connected to it. We can see the Toledo Museum back in September, where they
That's the museum where they have a CryptoPunk?
Yeah, basically they have like a lot of different digital art. Also, CryptoPunks is just part of it. So they have Sam Spreads, the Mask of Lucy, and they have a lot of different art pieces like from Beeple as well. So it's amazing, like autoglyphs from Lava Labs as well. So we can see that it's a celebration of the digital art. That's why we always say that it's a renaissance right now. It's part of the culture. And for me, I fully believe in digital identity. With AI, you can just be replaced in seconds, right? Like getting your data, getting your portraits and stuff like that. But I feel that like everything is on the blockchain right now, having like an NFT, and just like you having a penguin, right? You feel that like it's part of you. It's part of the branding, you would say. So yeah, I believe in IPs. I believe in digital identity. I believe in provenance and having everything to be appearing and transparent on the blockchain. It's definitely something that I always look for.
Yeah.
Especially coming back to a background when I was in the Clonex community where they focus on
Was that your original
creators.
PFP? Was the Clonex?
So because like I always wanted to get a punk. So but at the start when I was in the Clonex community, I just vibe along with the creators over there, while Artifact still focus on creators and having like, you know, all the swag with Murakami Air
Artifact
Forces.
swag and the shoes, especially when they collab with Nike.
Yeah.
Dude, it was wow.
Bro, I mean, like, I had a really good time back then. I mean, although they sunset, you know, their operation right now, but we can't deny the stuff that they brought in. Like the cards that they have on their hands are amazing, right? With Murakami, the artists that are still, you know, doing digital art. I mean, obviously traditional art as well, but putting out NFTs. But that was like a recent saga, right? Like people saying that like he's so arrogant about his take on like, oh, he tried to mention that he's the only artist out there that's doing NFTs, and a lot of artists in this space are actually quite pissed about it. But I think like what he's trying to say is like from his genre as a traditional artist. So, but we're gonna give like this old man sensei flowers to keep trying to do different stuff, to stay open-minded. And even for us, man, I mean, like, it's so hard to catch up with different masses, like InfoFi, another chain coming out, another airdrop.
Do you get any Monet?
Yes, I did. I got it, and I'm grateful for that because it's by the end of the year, right? And at the same time, shout out to Cruxo as well, because Cruxo, founder of Endgame, and I'm also part of Cruxo. Actually, we are onboarding artists, established artists to have their art to be minted on the Monad testnet.
Oh, nice.
And we're trying to do more stuff. Now it's like Monad is already officially launched, so we hope that we can do more to bring more artists to the chain, and at the same time not also restricted to ourselves to a certain chain.
Yeah. Just going back to Artifact.
Yeah.
Since you were part of the community, right? Man, those times were crazy, right? Especially, I remember when they made the announcement where it's like Nike's acquiring Artifact. I was like, yo, this is like, yo, we made it.
Yeah.
We made it. And I guess the collaboration, they made the shoes, right? But is there any more when they collabed with Nike?
So the Murakami Air Force, because like they're based on the different traits of the artifact DNA, right? Like you got a human, demon, and you have the angels, etc. So Murakami trait, and then you get to claim, but you have to purchase them, but it's more token gated. But I didn't get to enjoy that part. I pretty much like buy everything on secondary. So, but I always thinking like, how should I able to position myself in the Web3 space, where if you want like a OG kind of status, obviously punks, but that was the time that I don't think that I'll be able to get it that soon because of the floor prices and stuff like that. It's out of my budget, definitely. And apes are the culture, but I don't feel too much myself of like as an ape. And during back then, the Suki anime, I wouldn't say that I'm more like an anime person, but when it comes to artifact, they put like apparels, 3D. I can't do 3D, but when you see that like the animations that the creators are doing,
man,
it's insane.
It was so that 3D image of the PFP.
Yeah.
I mean, at the all-time high, how much was the Clonex? Like 20 ETH?
I think about there, but I bought it when it was like 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was like sort of a dip, which I thought that it was gonna be like I'm buying the dip right now.
Oh, wait, dip a little more.
But I mean, as long as I had a really good time, and if it's not from the Clonex community, I wouldn't start my own podcast. It's called the Omakase Show.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Which is our community, I would say. At the start, we focus on interviewing artifact creators. Because we always see that the commission art from them, like the amazing 3D creations that they throw on the timeline. But why not? We have a deeper conversation with them, like knowing who these guys are behind the PFPs, like knowing probably what their interests, what they're grinding in real life. Are they doing this full time? What about creation? They are focusing, what kind of art style and stuff like that. And that was back in the bear market. So, and that's actually how I got more into the art side, because I feel that like, damn, they're not only amazing creators and artists within one community, obviously. And then we start to expand, digging into more different artists, and we're also growing our community as well. So yeah, shout out to the Omakase. We call it Jimakase, like every time. Yeah, when we woke up. But
so it started from like the Clonex kind of. You being in the Clonex community.
More focus on the artifact creators back then.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. What are your thoughts about, I forgot, was it last year? Like Nike said, hey, we're done with artifact and everything. How is that like?
I feel it's kind of like a relief, because you could feel something is not right when so there's no transparency when it comes to communication with the community. And you can sort of sense that like it's all over the place with things like different collabs or the Animus Egg launching, and with the artifact dunks. You feel like, wow, it's like a lot of collabs within probably 2-3 months. You feel like, wow, I wouldn't say that they're rushing things, because like these are the promises that they have made probably a year and a half ago, while they really got the acquisition from Nike, and it's part of the roadmap. But you feel that like, oh, it's probably the end of chapter already. But for me, I don't feel anything, because even though I'm not part of the sort of, I'm not holding any artifact assets right now, but the people that I met along the way, right? We always say, right, it's already part of the journey, and it's all my friends already, no matter in Singapore or in the Web3 space. So I don't feel there's like any sort of bad feelings, but I feel that like it's a sort of relief that they made this decision, so it came clear, so that like people within that community can have a closer. But what actually made me feel a little bit sick of it is like there's another speculation which is not part of the team. There was a time there's like people talking about CTO. There's another like token dropping for like Clonex. I was like, hey, I mean like peeps in Clonix community are so freaking burnt out already. So don't even like give them any other
I don't
promises.
think Nike would ever
let it go, right? Because
like a token. I don't think so. I forgot who I had. I think it was Spencer.
Okay.
From Moonbirds. I had him on a pod and him saying like, no, actually it wasn't him. It was Andrew from Clanosaurus. And saying like these big studios, they can't release tokens because they're a public traded company. And stuff.
Right.
But I guess there was a speculation, right? The Clonex might have.
But the thing is like when you sort of have a hope, like a hopium, you just fell into it. And you can see that like, wow, suddenly floor prices of Clonix probably just rose and people like throw in speculations. And I was like, bro, I mean, it's already 2025. Like, why people just still like fell into all this stuff, right?
Was it in January, that time when Nike announced?
I forgot when was it already, but after that, right? Probably 3 or 4 months later, or even more than that, and there were like anonymous, like setting up a new Discord and adding like RTFKT team members into the Discord and saying that like, oh, we're gonna probably CTO this shit and we probably have a token, something like that. But I didn't follow that much. But I was kind of pissed. Like, I don't want to see any community being used again, if you know what I mean. Like the manipulation in the space is already in a toxic level. It's great that Artifact community sort of get over it, and you have to like get them back to it. It's sad. Yeah, you pretty much like got burned out a million times.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Or they can create strategy tokens, right? That's what people are doing.
And we were talking about Suki like before we started this, right? And imagine like just like last year, I went to Kyoto with my friend from Taiwan, also from the Clonix community. We hang out and we went to the Murakami exhibition in Kyoto. And throughout that trip, after the exhibition, I was in Tokyo. I was rocking my artifact dunks, and like the Japanese sneaker hats came to me. It was like, hey, artifact.
Oh, they knew it.
Yeah, they knew it and took a photo about
people
it.
Too.
And it's not just like 1 to 2 people. It's like all the sneakers shops that I went to there, and they would like take photos about it. We had a conversation, and there was a point where I was like, damn, people that is outside Web3, they knew it. So during that point of time, I was like, hey, that's actually what I want to be part of, right? It's like people probably talking about NFTs like. Sometimes we don't even want to bring these conversations to our friends in Web2 because that's too much explanation. And
what are NFTs?
Right now.
What are NFTs?
Yeah.
That's what I always get. What are NFTs?
Yeah. Is this still a thing, right? Like,
I thought they're dead.
Yeah. I mean, would I be wearing this necklace? Will I be proud of it if I'm not having like this conversation?
Like, when they see that necklace?
Apparently, like, no.
Oh,
no. Okay. I mean, and especially in Asia, right? I think like probably you have more conversation when you're outside Asia. So, but you guys are doing a great job bringing topics, conversations. I think we just need to open conversation. That's why I feel that like through digital art, through punks, with the history, with Lava Labs, because like punks are part of Lava Labs, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like the only collection. They have like the autoglyphs, which is the generative art, which museum owns them as well, together with punks. And I guess like these are the opportunities to open conversations. Squiggles as well, like from Snowfro. Shout out to Eric Snowfro. I mean, these guys are really not only the pioneers, but they change how institutions look into digital art, and they're FOMO right now. And even at Basel, man. At Basel.
Yeah, it's happening
next week,
yeah,
right?
Next week. You're not going, right?
I'm not going, but
okay.
I hope to come to the one in Hong Kong in March because 010, that's a new initiative by Ally. So he's actually the creator of 010. So 010, basically you have all the big names coming together to push digital art, and they will be sharing the main stage in Art Basel, Miami in December. And they'll be having, I'm not sure whether they have like a same setup or arrangement, but 010 will also be in Hong Kong in March.
In March.
Yeah, and that's like during ComplexCon as well.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm not sure whether there will be any more activations because like probably 2 years ago, there's like Meme Land activation. Is Animal Cup part of it? I forgot.
I feel like in Hong Kong, they're like everywhere.
Oh,
they,
right.
they do RWAs, they do games, they do, they're everywhere.
yeah.
But maybe, I don't know. Yeah.
So yeah, slowly, but we're getting there, man.
Yeah. Yeah. There's something actually I was curious to ask you since you're in the art world, right? NFTs and stuff like that. Maybe you can take me back, like, how did it all start even, like in that huge craze in 2021 where like the intersection between art and NFTs, I think it really got mainstream when Beeple, right, sold his digital art for $69 million. And then it got on the mainstream news. And then people were like, this is the evolution of art and stuff like that. But like, how did it start with crypto, NFT, then art and stuff like that?
Yeah, I still remember that news, the sale of Beeple. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, during that morning, I was scrolling the art news and I was like, shit, because like I'm a full-on 100% physical trad art guy back then. I love going to physical galleries, going to all these parties, openings, meeting people. So for me back then, JPEGs, what the fuck, man? I mean, like,
were you in crypto before?
No, not at all. I bought crypto,
art.
I guess, back in 2021 because my wife asked me to buy it.
Wait, really?
And she was like, hey, we should buy some Bitcoin because like, my cousin is talking about it. And she bought a ledger in Singapore. And I was in Hong Kong during that time. And I have no understanding about crypto, and I just feel that like, nah, I mean, people just use that to buy freaking pizza, so that's not real. That's a scam, man. And I got friends telling me that was about like COVID times, right? So my friend was telling me, hey, the Clubhouse era, like, hey, I was on this conversation on Clubhouse. They're talking about punks, like. Pixelated JPEG. I was like, bro, just get it live, man. We just cheers, man. I mean, you drunk right now. Stop having this conversation. And like 3-4 years later, I was like here with my freaking necklace and paying like a premium. But I'm glad that I did it. I made this decision because so how did I actually get into NFTs is the year that I stepped into Singapore. I moved to Singapore 4 years ago, and I met a friend. It's my only friend that time. Is a family friend. His name is Daryl. Shout out Daryl. He works for Magic Eden. He works with Magic Eden. So he told me that like, hey bro, I mean, Web3 NFTs is huge in Singapore, was huge in Singapore back then. If you want to make your own connections, make friends, get to know these people, man. They're cool, and you never know like what kind of opportunities that you're gonna getting. Because like for me, I have my day-to-day job, so I just want to meet people. Apart from my wife, like this friend, I want to expand my community. So I have to shout out BRC. I'm not sure whether you have heard of this project. It's founded by a Singaporean founder. His name is Nelson, aka Mr. Gentle Ape. He's not too active in this space right now, but he got like a physical brand. It's called Benjamin Barker, which is also a brand that I used to go and buy a lot of suits, gentlemen's wear, and then now they expanded to more like a relaxed kind of fashion, not like Sarah, but gentleman vibes. So I was like, hey, wow, it's always about like fashion and cool people, and started about the Discord grind. And it's definitely something that I love. And it's also like a local brand, local NFT. I don't feel that like I'm supporting, but I'm expanding my friendships. And these people that I met back then in that community are my closest friends right now in Singapore. So shout out to Adriel and Sam, aka Brownware Gloves, like a huge collector as well, which I learned a lot from. So these are like my brothers especially when I'm in the others part of the world in Singapore. So that actually opened my eye when it comes to NFTs is not flipping, because like the moment that I entered, it's like the last bull, probably the project was it's not Invisible Friends, Imaginary Ones, bro. Have you heard of Imaginary Ones? It's also like a Singaporean project, which they have like
was it PFP?
Yeah, it's like an animated balloon, and they like looping, walking.
Not Invisible Friends. That was another one.
Yeah, it's called Imaginary Ones. Yeah, and Possessed. Have you heard of Possessed?
I feel like if I've seen the PFP, I probably have seen it before.
But that was like pretty much the end of it's the start of the bear market. So I really went in for the connections and relationships. So yeah, but the Discord culture, I had a little bit taste of it, like Mutant Shiba Club. That's actually how I met Shiv.
Shit from Pudgy.
Yes, we were on Discord chit-chatting, and yeah, finally get to see him in Singapore 2 months ago. Yeah,
Oh, that was your
something
first
like
time
that.
meeting Shiv.
Yeah, because like I haven't been traveling much this year.
Yeah.
So I think like the last time when I really traveled for an NFT event was 2 years ago when I was at NFT Paris. Yeah, so yeah, Singapore, they really brought a friendship. And I think like I probably wouldn't dive into Web3, crypto, and NFTs if I haven't moved to Singapore.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because your wife told you to buy Bitcoin. That's why.
Yes.
Did you buy it?
We did, and we sold early, bro. Yeah.
How much was Bitcoin during that time?
During that time, I guess it was like
It was pretty high, no? It was
not as high as now, bro. I think like probably, probably 30.
30. Okay.
Yeah, 30, 40,
Yeah.
something like between
We used to
there.
get happy when it gets to 50.
Yeah.
We used to be like, yo,
that's the top.
bull market. Now we get sad when it's like 80.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
actually that's not my first NFT project the first PFP that I bought was Addison Chen.
Yeah.
So I actually bought
The artist, yeah.
Yeah, bought his NFT.
I didn't even know
Yeah.
he had an NFT.
Yeah, he's crazy, man. Like normally people will roll out one collection at a time, right? I think he rolled up pretty like 5-6 collection in one go. It's insane. Yeah.
Those times were wild.
Those times were wild, man.
So I got into crypto through NFTs.
Okay.
Actually through NBA Top Shot.
Oh, damn, that's fucking early, man.
Yeah. Well, it was later, like in the 2021 time. This is when before Apes minted.
Yeah, you could have minted
I could have
apes,
and
right?
that time I was working a Web2 job, and I had the money to buy an ape, but I was like
Fuck.
who in the right mind would ever buy an ugly ape? Like, why?
Oh, you bought a penguin, bro. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, this is before I became into the cult,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I'm collecting my NBA Top Shots. I was taking my $30 profit. I was happy.
Uh-huh.
And I heard about these apes, right? And because I felt like NBA Top Shot was like kind of like the genesis for a lot of people of getting into crypto NFTs.
Yeah.
And then so like the term NFT, these apes. But I remember when they were minting, it had huge news. People were talking about it. I think this is, and I was like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. But then I kept hearing the price go up and up after it got minted, and then you got the mutant apes, and then cool cats, and I didn't even know because I don't know if you know this, but in NBA Top Shot, how it's like you can collect sets of teams, of series, like Series 1, Series 2, like Pokemon cards.
Okay.
And there was one specific set called Cool Cats.
Oh.
I forgot why it was called Cool Cats.
But it's nothing related to...
So I never asked, but I think that's how that collection was called Cool Cats, the NFT collection, through the NBA Top Shot set.
Like inspiration.
Yeah, because the goal behind it is like if you own that Cool Cat set in NBA Top Shot, that was going to unlock the Soho house of Top Shot or NFTs.
Okay.
Yeah, and so maybe I think that's again everything was intertwining. You got celebrities. Stevie Aoki was getting into it. Dude, those crazy times,
bro. But I think if it's not those times, right, it wouldn't turn to like a cult because, as you said, each NFTs they have their own culture. I think I'm glad for you as well because like I think that you're able to find your community where you can not only being yourself but utilize your skills, opening doors to opportunities, and especially in Asia, which Pudgy has a really great community pretty much across the globe, right? And I think through NFTs, it's always about finding a niche group that not only you can be yourself, but you can believe into something in a collective manner. And I think that like this is something that it's so hard to replace. Let's say if you have work in a corporate role, you're flying to Hong Kong today or flying to Taiwan the next morning, or you keep traveling. Yes, you might have different colleagues that are based over there, but would you get to have the same sort of energy, the momentum, the happiness to have all these kind of conversation, I doubt, man. You probably don't really want to meet your colleagues. I mean, you probably want to meet them because of work, but you don't want to hang out with them and go to events with them and feel like tired, right? But because like the whole BM in this space, like you being together and it's still very early and we have this like FOMO inside of us, like degens, you don't mind to meet up and to have a conversation.
Right.
And I think that like this definitely changed how people collaborate. And you don't really need to, I mean, like I always love this kind of RL meetup, right? We always have like spaces, but this is actually the first time that we can have sort of a proper conversation.
You know what's crazy? I think we've known each other for a year now, hopping on
a
spaces.
Year already?
Maybe almost a year.
Wow.
I don't even know how. I think it was Greeny D connected me with you, Mr. Greeny D.
Yes.
Shout out to Mr. Greeny D. And yeah, we were just on spaces all the time. And I met you, I think, first time in Singapore.
Yeah. Yes. It was so fun because like I always see you on the timeline, right? Before you have that wake on you, before you change your sex. You remember that wake?
Oh, that wake, yeah.
Yeah. But jokes aside, it's a special feeling because like sometimes if I bump into my old friends, probably from secondary school or people that I met at church in the old days, I probably might have these excitement to go and say hi or just let go. But I feel that like there's a magic and some sort of energy in this space that keep us in this space, and we always finding ourselves, I would say. And I feel that like art for me, it's where I can feel comfortable. I feel it's in my zone. The people that I connect with, I vibe with. I feel that I'm in peace. Yeah, and that's the reason why I'm sticked with art right now. Which of course, like I try a lot of different, DJ and shit. That was fun as well, and I met a lot of good friends as well. But at the end of the day, I think that like we just have to find our own pace and rhythm in this space, because if not, you're gonna lose yourself, man.
Yeah. Do you think we'll ever get back to that 2021, 2022 NFT euphoria? Like all the celebrities coming in and stuff like that?
I've heard about that, but I haven't really experienced and witnessed it myself because I'm not early enough. But what I'm trying to say that like, right now, it's where the true believer stays, right? It's actually what the revolution started, and the real stuff is beginning, because those who are here for the money, it's fine. We need liquid, right? And we need people come in for the joy. And to be honest, why there are so many artists also wanted to be part of NFTs is because collectors, the money is good and they want their works to be seen as well. I would see that like there still need a lot of more education in this space. But the thing is like we are at the right direction. I don't feel that like we'll get the hype anymore. But I don't think that like this NFTs will only stay and sustainable because of hype. It needs to be a more let's say like what Bored Apes did, like the crazy announcement that they did back then. I mean, not back then. I mean, just probably a month ago.
You mean the Amazon?
Yeah, the Amazon, the physical membership house, shop. I mean, like the Clubhouse. That's crazy announcement. Like when it comes to 2021, they probably get to 200 freaking Eve, man.
yeah, they probably would.
But right now, we are pretty much finding the right people within your own community. Because like, I'm not part of the apes community, but I got friends within apes that they love it. They feel like so bullish about like, oh wow, there's like a physical, Clubhouse, and they had so much fun in Ape Fest. So,
did you go to the one this year?
No, I didn't
Vegas?
go. No, I didn't go. But I saw all these amazing highlights, right? And I just feel that it's no longer bound to floor prices. I guess that like communities right now, they don't just anyhow. Imagine like Azuki right now, they have one of the best communities, and even their merchandise, their brand, everything was on point. And the floor price, it's so affordable right now. But for you, would you probably want to get one? Probably not. It's not because they're not attractive anymore. It's because like you already know which communities that you are building with, and you just want to build alongside with that and to expand your own brand and probably build bigger stuff for yourself. So we're no longer bounded or restricted because we belongs to one certain community. Like for this podcast right now, of course, I remember this amazing, cute little pudgy of you. But for me, I don't associate that to pudgy. I associate that with your brand, right? With the podcast that I've been doing, with production that you've been doing, for the live that you have been doing, and different exhibition is crazy because like I couldn't do that, man. I mean, having this conversation just on your own, of course, like we being, I got to see some of yours, right? As an audience, like you bring up the energy, just go to strangers, no matter it's Korean or Japanese, you just talk to them. And it's not easy, right? Like doing all these like instant, reaction and stuff like that. But you got like a support from the community as well. But you're not only just leveraging the support from them, but you're building great stuff from them. So what I'm trying to say is we're no longer just buying for the hype. We are more than that. And at the end of the day, we see a lot of different stuff already. And we can see that like it's so sad to see somehow a lot of different, I would say, catalysts are running out. As another token drop.
Yeah.
What? Another airdrop? No. Should I sell or buy first or what? I mean, like we so tired of it already, right? So we rather just want to build stuff to get people which is not within our circle to join along and to be part of it. So we just have to find whatever we vibe with and just build from there, man.
Yeah. You're right about that floor price. Not as big of an indicator anymore as much. I know that might piss off some people that bought at the top and stuff like that. But yeah, like you said, we're seeing these brands like Apes, Yuga, Pudgy, Azuki, really actually building something tangible, something that actually can build a business, right? Like I had, and I feel like a lot of times now these NFTs are kind of moving to that collectible side of things. And this is where I had a podcast with Spencer from Moonbirds, and he was saying like he believes that collectibles is the best way to revenue for crypto projects, at least right now. I don't know if you agree with that. Like, do you feel like NFTs are just like collectibles, or can they do other things as well? Like,
of course, I feel that NFTs can be used in a lot of different ways. But for me, I think like how it could be used in a very friendly way, and I wouldn't dare to use the word mass adoption, is to basically buy stuff that you like through art. Imagine like digital art right now. If you unfortunately have to liquid them, it's easy for you. You just have to list it on whatever platform, and you can see like who is buying it, what is the offer. But when it comes to traditional art, I'm actually trying to liquidate some of my physical pieces. It's so hard to find what the price that I should be selling. Because of blockchain, you have the price history as well, right? And you know who you are selling to. And in a way that you're also building a relationship with the collectors, no matter you're buying, selling, or collecting. So I feel that like it's always about it's the joy of collecting. If you're collecting, you're not only building a relationship between you and the artist, but also to the collectors that are around it. Imagine like, let's say, for you, I saw you claim, are those like the soulbound tokens of the Moonbirds?
Yeah.
Like you can just easily post it on X and you can get new friends joining in, like, oh wow, okay, so that's like got this cool stuff, like probably I want it too, and you bring conversations and you kind of enjoy, because like not only that you can show, but you kind of get I know that sounds not right, but somehow when you bought something, it's not the affirmation you need or you get, but you just like simply like it. So I feel that like NFTs is always needs to be something that you have to like it rather than asking why.
But isn't that a meme, right? People say, "Oh, I got into NFTs because of the art, because of the art."
It depends on like the art that you referring to, right? Because when it comes to the art PFPs, it's not really like the usual PFPs that we're talking about. You can see like a lot of amazing, like even crypto dick butts, man. I mean, like, but it's a culture. It's like the narrative.
Yeah.
And I just feel that there are like even grifters, only 666 of them, and they are all done by Xcopy.
Yeah.
And you can tell, like, yeah, of course, like floor price right now because of the market, it's not as high as before, but you can see that like the values stays. It feels so different to other NFTs, which are like PFPs that tank that many, but it's a very different collection size. So I'm not trying to put that apple to apple. So when we talked about art NFTs, we really have to distinguish like, what is it? But obviously people would say that, oh, everything is art, right? Yes. So, but don't say the art is bad when the floor price is so cheap, right? And the art is so good when.
But let's be real,
the floor
right? A
is
lot
so
of
high.
people got into NFTs, especially in the last cycle, because of the price, because of
Yes.
quick flips and
Yes.
stuff like that.
Yes.
But I remember I said this on the Loki space, I think a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, I might be a weird dude and very, very a special person, but like I actually like NFTs because of the art. Like I genuinely do. Like if I bought an Izuki, if I bought a CryptoPunk ever in the future, if I ever have that much money to spend on NFT, yeah, I would
Get a few one. No, I mean for me, because like I love to read. I mean, I don't love to read unless it's things that I love. So when it comes to CryptoPunks, it's just like a lot of points that has been highlighted throughout the journey, like free to claim, and then there's like a contract bug, and there's like a V2 versions came out, and then Yuga Labs, bought Lava Labs, and now it's back to Node, which is it's amazing because you feel that like all these IPs are belonging to institutes or companies or brands that care about digital art. For me, I feel that it's a language, like what we're using our day to day, right? Like Apple Watch, our phones, even our podcast right now. Everything is streaming and everything is through the screens. And it's so hard to actually get. I mean, I still get fascinated by physical art pieces, sculpture like that. But I feel that like digital art have another sort of energy that will communicate with the next generation, especially Gen Z. I don't see them going to galleries anymore, man. I mean, like imagine like they're on TikToks, and they probably have like only 1 minute, no, or even less than 15 minutes, 15 seconds attention span. I mean, that's not a good thing. But I feel that like digital art could give them like another taste of what art could be as a medium. I still love to go galleries, physical ones, but in a way, I feel that digital art have a different taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's the art world looking at like NFTs, crypto now?
Fucking hate it, man.
Yeah.
But,
a lot of people got burned, right?
But I still have to shout out to First. They are a platform that do buying, selling, primary, secondary, doing curations as well, and introducing different artists to this space, and also having like a podcast. And they will invite artists like David Strictly, some art critics from the traditional art world, and open up this conversation. I feel that like these kind of conversation was stopped after the 2021 bubble, and when a lot of people as an artist left the space during the bear in 2022, 2023. So I have to give them a shout out to keep these conversations open. For me, I feel that like they feel that it's still unnecessary, but that's okay because we're not trying to prove that we need NFTs, but there's actually a crowd out there. And you can see that, as I mentioned earlier in the interview, that 010, they'll be showcasing their inaugural digital art curation together with all these big players like Art Blocks, Xcopy will be there. I mean, for the pieces, and you have Beeple. So, I mean, imagine like I'm not sure whether you have been following Beeple's tweets.
I have.
It's crazy, right? And you saw like those animated dogs with the Elon hat, his own hat, we're actually having like all these dogs running around, the robot dogs running around the center. And I think like they would sort of document the audience reaction, and they would print out the portrait or something like that. I'm not sure how it works.
Yeah.
But people, if you guys are going to Basel and in Miami, let me know how that works. We're gonna create all these kind of talking points as well. And you could tell the performance art, you can tell it NFTs, but I just feel that like we don't need authorization, affirmation, or we don't need like how should I phrase this? We can just stay in our own lane. We're not saying that like, oh, we need institutions to approve NFTs and then we bring us back to the boo. No, we don't need that. We can just like build along with it. And a lot of builders are doing this at Martha. I really want to go there.
Yeah, have you been?
No, I would love to.
I know it's in the middle of nowhere in Texas.
Yeah,
yeah.
So I have to be there because I need to feel the energy myself. So I really want to go there, but unfortunately, sometimes I might be giving myself excuses when it comes to family obligations and living at the side of the Asia. The travel is quite hectic, but I feel that like I have to make an effort. Yeah, especially for Node, they're doing an opening in January. Oh. So Node, it's huge, man. They bought the Punk IPs and they're having their opening ceremony exhibition in January.
In January.
Yeah.
How is the art landscape currently? Like, it doesn't have to be Web3, but I was just curious because I know like during COVID, I guess they moved into digital. I guess that's why it was so lucrative, right? NFTs and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just curious, like from the art side of things, how is the art industry right now?
You mean like in general?
Yeah,
like
in general, yeah.
Wow, it's bad, man. But I think like recently you can see from the auctions, you can see there's still buyers. But in general, I think the collecting shift, probably the perspectives and the attention has shifted to collectibles like probably Labubu. All these kind of IPs and crazy because like I got some friends in Thailand. They are really good artists. They told me that the everyone on the street, they're gonna do art jamming and they're doing their own mascot. Imagine like, oh, I'm doing my own Labubu, but I probably call it like Chindada or something like that. You know what I mean?
Or something.
Yeah. So I'm trying to say that like this business will be so competitive. And especially comes to trading cards as well, man. But I just feel that like for NFT projects, that needs to be so careful, like who your audience are, right? If your audience are basically NFT crowd, why are you doing trading cards? Like who gonna buy them, right? Unfortunately, probably just gonna be your own community,
right? Is kind of moving towards the TCG route, right? Aren't they?
Yeah, of course. Like, gonna wish them success, man. But I feel that like, but I'm sure that they might have to do their own research. If not, they wouldn't be just diving into it, right? And I'm not like holding their assets, and I'm not familiar with the community sentiment, so I'm nobody to judge. But I feel that like it's a big pie, and there's a lot of opportunities, but just gotta be cautious, man. Yeah, so I'm just stay comfy with punks without doing anything.
Yeah, I feel like I was gonna ask you that, but like punks usually they're just there, right? They don't do much.
Yeah,
and that's what makes it great. They're just the OG NFT collection, right?
Yeah, I feel that that's my vibe. Like it's so tiring because like I've chased matters, I've tried this, I've tried that, but at the end of the day, you just want to find somewhere you feel comfortable. And what I feel comfortable is not because like, oh, wow, it's not really like a freaking crazy high floor price right now, but it's the people that actually allow you to just, have a conversation properly. It's not everything about, hey, how can I make more money? Shit, there's like another project coming out.
When TG.
Yeah, and shit, can I have whitelist? Oh my God. And do you want a spot? Can you make a post for me? Fuck that shit, man. Like, do you still want like a freaking one of one based on your NFT? It's a blessing. But bro, I mean, probably seeing too much, right? At the end of the day, what keep you comfortable is what actually keep you sane, and what keeps you want to think of what should I build, right? And I guess like my position right now and my calling is to support artists, to uplift them. Obviously, you can just collect to support them, but apart from that, what other form of support I could do? Probably through like curation, art curation with a sounding platform like Super Rare, bring in artists as a lineup to do a group show, to talk more about their art through my Little platform on X. I feel like everything matters. Or even like just slide into their DMs, like talk with them, like, hey, I like your style, man. They would make their day, because like with algo on X, sometimes artists they feel so bad, right? Imagine like, but you probably might have tasted, but you probably left that group already, which you're getting a lot of good reaction, you're getting support from the community, right? But I'm sure that at the start, when you have to grind that algo to be seen, to be noticed, it's so hard. So we should appreciate the art of noticing.
The art of noticing.
The art of noticing. And people will say they're like, I don't know about art. No, fuck that shit. Like how you style your hair, how you put on your jumper today. Everything is art. Like even the food that you're having, you know, your poster. I think as long as you able to find something that you vibe with, something that you can be yourself, and you can be comfortable, and you can express yourself, I feel that like that's an art form. So I wish I could do like art, man. I wish I could draw. I could make animation.
Do you draw or anything?
No, it's so bad. I only been to, art jamming once.
So you're more of a collector, or just enjoyer of art?
I would say enjoyer. Yeah. So, because like there are a lot of proper collectors out there, so I will never call myself an art collector.
Okay.
But I enjoy supporting artists by collecting their art as well. But at the end of the day, I feel that art is like stories, right? And if we are here to help these artists to tell and spread their stories, I think the energy will be a lot greater. And I hope that like through my presence in this space, this is what I still want to do.
Yeah. I like how it's interesting. You're saying like right now in the art side of things, or even the collectible side of things, it's a lot towards the collectible things, like the Labubus. I mean, in Asia especially, I've noticed this. Obviously, there's like Pop Mart in almost every mall, but like there's even other ones that are not Pop Mart, like in every mall too.
Yeah.
It's the collectible market, and I guess it creeps into the art market as well, is really like,
it's insane. Imagine like even my 6-year nephew in Singapore, so he would stop by like a Pop Mart and he's like, oh, I want to get that Chucky, and he didn't even watch that Chucky movie, but he just probably like vibe with the character. Shout out to my 6-year-old nephew.
How does he know Chucky at 6?
Not from us, because like
that's not a movie for kids.
No, and me and my wife were so surprised that like, why Chucky? Like out of so many other cute IPs out there, like Crying Baby, something like that. But no, he likes Chucky, and actually because of Chucky, right? He wants to. He loves music as well, and he asked us to play Chucky's playlist on Spotify. So that's the power of collectibles, right? Like how one thing leads to another thing. So let's say, I'm still quite bullish on Doodles, although, the floor price are not as high as expected, or it's not high at all.
Do you know what's up with Doodles? Like, I don't really, I know Austin recently left, but I don't, and then around this time last year, they did a collab with McDonald's. For their Doodle cups, and also their you can collect some McDonald's Doodles kind of gear and stuff. And I was in the States actually, and so I have the cup still.
Right.
Actually, I don't think I have it anymore, but I had it. It's cool, pretty cool. And it was funny because
that cup deserves a space right here. Like,
I know that should, I should. But I remember I was going to McDonald's. I never go to McDonald's, and just to buy the cup.
Right. All right. Oh,
but then I was waiting for my coffee because it was a coffee cup, the Doodles cup. And I would see people around eating McDonald's with the cup because, again, it was the seasonal McDonald's cup. McDonald's always does stuff. And I'm like wondering to myself, I'm like, do people even know what that is? Or do they even care, right? Like, it's not like, oh, hey, Doodles. Oh, I'm going to research it on Google.
The thing is, they don't have to.
Yeah.
Just like penguins, right? You have amazing stickers or animations that probably a random YouTuber would use it. Like, especially in Hong Kong, I was like, sometimes I've been seeing all these YouTubers using like a pudgy penguin, screaming animation. And I was like, wait, does this YouTuber knows about pudgy penguin? No, she doesn't knows it, right?
True.
But it's about the face. It's about like recognizing it. And I think that like, it's a progress that people don't even have to know whether they're NFTs. And it's not because like it's a bad thing for them to realize that, but it's overhyped to a point that people were talking about NFTs in a manner that it shouldn't be that viral in that point back at the old days. So what I'm trying to say is it's okay. Like if people go into museums, they saw a punk, they saw a chromie squiggle, and then they ask questions. So it's about getting out there to be seen. And for Doodles, they're not only doing these crazy collabs, right? The experience that they brought in, and even with the digitals, with the Crocs, with the watch as well as the baby G.
Yeah.
That I mean, bro, I love their stuff, man. And even I'm not like a cartoon guy. I of course, like if I wouldn't know Doodles, I probably wouldn't go on YouTube and get to see their production. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it not because, I'm just celebrating, and I'm not a holder, right? But I could see that like, of course, like big names like Pharrell Williams,
Is he still like the
I
brand
think so.
officer?
I think so.
Still,
I didn't follow up too much about that, but I in general I just love the art, man.
Doodles has a very iconic. Like if you see it, you're like, oh, that's Doodles.
Yeah, the
like,
colors and how the artist himself have like the reasons behind like why the eye needs to be putting out, like the lines, the silhouette, the features. So I love it because he really thought through about it. So it's not just like, that's like, so no, I mean I love it. I love it.
Yeah. It was very iconic and still is, but like I feel like, and this is again not to shade anyone, but like this is objectively right. Even with Yuga, is I feel like their success was so high and they really wanted to go into mainstream that they went way too Web 2 too fast. I don't know what you think about that, where they hired amazing people to lead that company, right? Like Doodles hired the guy from Billboard, right? I think he's the CEO of Billboard or something in the music industry, big guy.
Right.
Yuga hired the guy that worked at Google, Activision Blizzard, but they're not Web3. And I feel like during the bear, like during the not even during the bear, they were building stuff, but then they kind of like abandoned in a way the Web3, their background, where now it's like they're trying to play catch up. I feel like as much. I don't know what do you think about that?
For me, I don't feel that they abandoned the Web3 side, but I sort of agree that they might have go too fast paced when it comes to getting Web2 adoption, probably lining up with those opportunities out there. But I feel that like they took the courage to be we call it 大佬 in Cantonese, right? Like the man that leading the role of the Avengers, like a Captain America, something like that. To bring in different brands. Cause like I'm very bullish on Yuga still, despite like the thought on the timeline. The reason is these guys, they know the culture, and at the same time, I love them because like they never just pass on the punk IPs to whoever that paid the highest price. They put it into the right hands. So I feel that like it took, imagine like for Moonbirds as well, right? Yeah, for Spencer coming in, and obviously he brought in a very different vibe as well. And you had a conversation with him, so you probably know him better than I do. At the same time, me Bits as well. I feel that like Yuga sort of brought these, brands, projects into the same umbrella, but at the same time, they know they have to let go already and focus on the other side. But at the same time, I feel that like in the future, other side, they just welcome any projects with 3D assets to dive into their game. And I feel that like this is always their focus, which is to build not only a Web3 culture, but a gaming culture that you should need to rock a freaking PFP. Because like if you don't have a rocking PFP, right, like just like getting a skins, right, like I'm not sure whether you play League of Legends back then. I used to play a lot. I was like, damn, I was paying too much on skins, man. I'm only I'm only playing like certain characters, you know, like so. And the gaming culture is huge.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I'm not sure whether you try. So I used to own an ape, and I actually had some sort of demo testing that they always do regularly, and I was inside. But of course, like I'm not into gaming, so I was so dizzy. Like there's like a million monkeys like jump in, but that was a vibe, and I was still using my Mac, and it's like freaking overheated, you know. But it's crazy.
I hear about. Sorry, not to cut you off, but during Clubhouse days, you mentioned Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Right. I wasn't in the Clubhouse days, but I heard the apes early on in Clubhouse. They would just have like I guess you call them club. What do you call them? Space rooms? What do you call them?
I forgot, man.
Like audio rooms, right? They're not called spaces.
Yeah.
People would just make monkey noises on Clubhouse. That's what I heard.
Bro, just like goblins on X, right? And I heard like crypto dick butts. It's crazy that I'm talking about that. They do like some sort of baptism on spaces. Bro, imagine like you bought a crypto dick butts and you hop on space. That's what I heard. I'm not sure whether that's true or not, right? But for goblins, I really went to one of their spaces, and you can tell it's the culture, man. Like they're so proud of their brand. They would just like do crazy goblin mimic sound noise,
and that's it. That's what the whole space was being goblin noises.
Like, and they would probably just do this crazy hello, like something like that, man. Yeah.
Dude, those. Yeah. Anyways, I know we moved on from that, but those times were, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. Imagine like you grind for a project and you do spaces for them for free, man. Like fucking free marketing.
Yeah. Yeah. Back in the day, this is where I feel like, again, Web3, like NFTs going to IPs, like Pudgy, Doodles, Yuga, what they're doing, right? Azuki.
Yeah.
Is so much different from Web 2 IPs. I know we're talking more about art, but like Web 2 doesn't have hardcore fans like Web 3 does.
Yeah.
Like who's gonna rep a Nike logo as their profile picture, right?
And it's even like football teams, right? I love football, but I might not be like some diehard fans, but I'm sure that like diehard fans really go to every match, every gathering, and go to like their neighborhood bar, like a Man United bar to celebrate together. But if I bump into a Man U fan, oh, all right. Hi, that's it. Yeah, or we're playing shit recently, and that's it, right? But right now, if you like a punk community or like a penguin community, or even like any projects, right? You probably have a good fun, and you talk about it, you chill, and you're being part of the family. So probably it's just me. I don't know, but I feel that like I think the bonding is still there when it comes to Web3 communities. I'm not sure whether like, do you feel that what about the communities in different part of the world? Because like you've been traveling, right? How would you say in Singapore, like your previous visit in Token 2049?
I would say in Asia, it's very tribal.
Okay.
Good and bad way.
Okay.
Like Azuki got their own thing. Pudgy got their own thing. Apes, right? You guys got your own thing. Punks, I'm sure you guys got your own things. Versus in the West, it's still there, still strong because it comes from the West, right? But like, with all these crypto conferences in Asia, right? It seems like, I wouldn't say it's like taking the spotlight, but you see a lot of people really like in that community, right? In Asia, right? Versus the West. But it's how I look at it, it's just crazy how they're just different from Web 2 brands in general. And this is where like Pudgy, like trying to leverage that IP when they meet up with like recently, right? As we're filming this, I think a couple of days ago, Pudgy just did a collab.
Right?
Yeah, Bear Brick, which is insane in Japan, right? And I'm sure like they told them like if we do a collab, it's gonna sell out really fast, and you're gonna get the most engagement you've ever gotten in your social media accounts.
All right.
And yeah, it's very crazy. But yes, the community part, because that's why I was talking about. I felt like some of these NFT projects went too fast into Web 2 because community, especially in NFTs, Web 3, is your heartbeat of your brand. The community is, and like again, we don't see that in Web 2, right? And yeah, it's just.
But do you feel that like the reason why we want to collaborate with Web 2 brands is actually to make peeps in Web 3 happy? Because like what I'm trying to say is like, yeah, collabs with Babrick, amazing. And Apes collab with Babe, amazing.
Yeah.
But bro, if you zoom out, right, Babe and Babricks, they're dying. Yeah, Babricks, like probably 2 years ago, I was getting this, it's a trio collab with Dali, MoMA, Babrick. And they're selling cheap in Hong Kong, in K11, yeah. And MoMA store, and they were like, wow, they're taking too many space, and they're doing like 1,000%. And me and my friend like, shit, like no one is buying it. We get it with like a huge discount.
Wow.
What I'm trying to say is like, I don't feel that like people might have to fact check, but it's just my own perspective and sentiments. I don't feel that like Medicom is doing well, and that also goes to the same goes to Babe as well. Like ever since Nego-san like left the company, it's no longer Babe, right? But I'm talking like a boomer right now, but I feel that like we still have to throw flowers to Web3 brands that are taking the initiative to bring their brand out there. Like let's say when it comes to the Ape apparels with Babe, I found them amazing, man. And I love it. It's not like just a usual camel, but they really brought in, like the skull of the ape and they put it together. For the penguin, I'm not sure whether you like it or not. But what I'm trying to say is, I feel that in a way, it's Web2 brands over leveraging Web3
to get back to the glory days.
Freaking penguins would buy the Babricks, and and apes will freaking buy all these merch. Yeah. And they have like numbers pretty much telling that like, hey, we have a floor price of like this. Each holder is like all the data. And I know that like Pudgy is doing this really great with the numbers, the stats. That's amazing how they get all the sponsors, like all the collabs. So for them, for Burberry, it's a no-brainer for them to be part of it, right? So in a way, I don't feel that like we are onboarding normies to the communities, but at the other way around, you are actually getting people from the Web3 to buy your fucking brands.
So it's more of a Web2 getting something out of it.
This part out.
Yeah. No. This is great because Balsa, we all know Balsa. Balsa's a good friend of mine. He posted about this, I think, a couple of days ago.
Okay. Interesting.
Literally, he's like, this is a great collab with Pudgy and Bear Brick. But let's be real here. Is this growing the Web2 audience? Kind of what you're saying. That's actually a good question because this is where the podcast gets good, when we talk about spicy things. And I didn't think of that the way you're saying it, but it makes sense, right? And this is, I think, maybe the challenge for Web3 projects to like, who needs who? Do we need Web2 to make our Web3 holders happy? Or do Web2 brands okay, you can say kind of dying, but not as relevant. Let's say that, not as relevant brands bring on Web3 to make it more relevant for them, right? Because obviously it makes sense. It needs to be a win-win situation with these partnerships. But you look in the future, like how's that gonna I don't.
And I'm just curious, right? Like they're doing two different sizes, right? Why not they do the 1,000% as well? Because like I'm sure that penguin holders they probably would buy it.
But
right?
is it the bigger one?
Yeah, the largest one. Because like right now it's is it the 400 and the 100?
Yeah, maybe the little one and then the big one. Yeah,
like, bro. I mean, imagine. I'm just curious why they never do like the 1K, like the 1,000%.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah,
it makes it more pudgy too. Yeah. That's
and imagine you can do like fluffy. I mean, like if you get into Babricks, right? I think they did it with Elmo as well, like
they did
Sesame Street, and they use like fur.
Oh wow!
So imagine like for the penguins, to be honest, I don't like it because like I feel that
it's like a bear.
It's always tricky, right? Like to put another animal in a bear. Just like Tom and Jerry, they have a Jerry version on a bear. But that actually look all right. But maybe the ears, I don't know. But imagine like you can actually create it still looks the same, but it's not like plastic or it's not like a hardware, but in a way it's fur.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you see the future of like these collabs or even like the NFTs with Web2 brands, with art in general and stuff like that? Where do you, in your opinion, right? Because I feel like you've been blocked longer than I have even. Like, do you see like, yeah, like do you see like,
if it's only like a product collab, like apparels, you know, sneakers, to be honest, I don't feel anything anymore. Bro, I mean, Murakami, Nike, Artifact, that's probably the best already, right? Like, what else do you want, man?
Do you think they need to create original then IPs?
But what I'm trying to say is like, if museum, it's like, wait, we need a fucking penguin. We need a fucking ape in our museum. And I'm not talking about donation, right? I think like that will be a whole different matter. Yeah.
Interesting.
So I feel that like the collab, it's no longer pushing Web2 brands. It's actually bringing the education and sentiments out. Imagine like a museum is acquiring penguins. That's insane, right? And that's like a different class already. Imagine like getting a fabric, right? Yeah, imagine like having just another toy at Walmart. So I feel that it's a different class. I feel it's a different class. And I see that like that would make me amazed. Yeah. Exactly what Art Basel is now, showcasing digital art. Yeah. And I was like, damn.
Because there is a CryptoPunk in the museum right now, right? Is it?
Yeah, there are multiple.
Which museums in the world are they?
Wow, I made a post previously, but they are mainly in the States.
Oh, in the States, okay.
Yeah,
museums in the States.
Yeah.
Is it like New York or Chicago or
Fuck, I forgot names, and I don't want to just throw names without fact check. But I made a tweet. I think like around 8 to 9 punks were, and I don't think. Oh, I think for the one at Toledo, it's acquired, but for others, I think it's a donation.
Okay.
And when it's a donation and acquisition, it's also different. So. If I'm not wrong, I heard from Stone in one of her podcasts. She used to work for Yuga Labs, and as a community had a lead to bring IPs and to bring like a program to museums. And it's fun because like if you go back and look into Lava Labs, they have the generative art. It's called autoglyphs. So it's very clean art, and it's like graphics, like graphs. That's why they call autoglyphs, right? So when they have to sell punk, like sort of get punks to the museum, they will also have to do it as a package with the autoglyphs. Oh. So they're donating like a side-by-side piece. Is
it physical or digital or both, or how does it?
It's a digital. It's a digital. Okay. But I'm not sure whether they will come with a physical. No, it's screens. So I'll go back and send you the tweet, and you can get to see. It's basically screens with the punks inside the museum.
Oh,
and there are more than 5 of them at least.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
That's cool. So you're saying like, in order for maybe
so you can go into a museum and you can see a punk.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. So you feel like in order for it to really reach the zeitgeist or like to the pop culture, it's like having like a pudgy in a museum one day or an ape or
any opportunity that open conversations for normies to ask. Because like right now, I don't see. I might be so arrogant on this, but I feel that like because we always utilize and leverage the hype in this space and the support from our community, it's an easy shout out for big brands to get into collab with another big brand Web 2. Like for Pudgies, like for the Fabric, right? You probably would wake up and set an alarm for that. You probably think like, shit, I won't get it. But would Nami's gonna be queued for that? Is that even on Instagram? I'm not sure. Is that even on Instagram? Like showing the collab?
Yeah.
I mean, if they are, it's great because like people. But to be honest, like if I don't know about Pudgy, why would I buy it? Right?
It's just another collab.
So who are the audience? Who are the customers? Yeah.
Do you think when it comes to Pudgy, as an example, like their Instagram and TikTok, where it reaches billions of people? Because this is the first time ever in my life where I was at like a friend's party. I wore a Pudgy Penguin shirt. People stopped me. They're like, "Oh, I Pudgy Penguins." I'm like,
Fuck.
"Oh, do you know what this is?" Yeah, I saw it on Instagram.
That's amazing feeling, right?
Yeah, and I was like, "Wait, do you know what it really is?" No, yeah, on Instagram, right? The characters. I'm like, "Whoa, they're actually proliferating through social media, through Reels and TikTok." But that's just, I guess you said, one segment of people that actually watch Reels and TikToks. They might not even know what Pudgy Penguins is, like what it actually is.
But maybe to a point, if the narrative goes on like this, probably it would be one of the strongest IPs out there that normies would buy products of Pudgy Penguin lookalike, but of course like based on the brand.
Yeah.
And without knowing that it's an NFT, and that's okay. But the thing is, like, as an NFT holder, you would think like, so how can I benefit from holding an NFT? So I guess like that's also part of the reason why some of, is it the ape holders or Suki holders, like when there's like trading card or, you know, like getting the IPs out, like what do I get as a holder? Like why do I have to hold an NFT anymore? And should products be token gated or should it be open for everyone to enjoy? Damn, it's hard, man. I mean, everyone's saying this. At the end of the day, all these big brands out there, there's still startups, right? And the great thing is like we're still talking about it, and
that's true.
And that's, imagine like we're not talking about it anymore, bro. And
that's when it's
gonna be sad, man.
Yeah,
just like Artifact, no one was talking about it, like,
bro.
Before they wind down, bro.
Freaking Artifact, the 3D imaging, the collab with Nike, not the collab. I mean, Nike acquired them. It's just, I don't think it's possible, right?
Bro, they got the fucking best cards on their hands.
Yeah,
and they fucked it up.
Yeah. There's no way someone could buy the IP, right, from Nike, because Nike just killed it.
I think it's just
not
complicated, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they can't do like a Luca buying Pudgy thing or Spencer buying Moonbirds kind of thing.
I think it's not as straightforward as that.
Is that, huh?
If it's involving Nike, yeah,
it's a big corporation, public traded company.
Yeah, and they have lost money, right? So I'm sure that they would. I don't know, man. It's I guess it's very political as well.
Yeah. Do you think Nike just bought it because at that time it was like NFTs and crypto was like the AI right now? You know how like everyone's like, oh, AI. I felt like NFTs and crypto was like that in that last cycle. So all these companies were like buying things.
Do you remember they have Dot Swoosh as well?
I was gonna
Dot Swoosh.
Shout out to Whale. Shout out to Whale.
So I think there was like ambiguity, like a confusion between Dot Swoosh and Artifact creators.
Yeah, I was so confused.
I mean, for me right now, I still don't kind of get it. But I feel that they're actually really, they just need to spend money on innovation. Because like Adidas, they're doing it as well.
Yeah, they had something too.
Yeah.
I think all the sports brands had something and then they all killed it.
Oh, fuck. The Reebok NFT
Yes.
looks so damn bad, bro.
Yeah, all the sportswear companies at one time had some type of Web3 division, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but before that, all right, I have to shout out to Museum.
Yeah. Shout out to Wei.
Yeah, Wei Yang.
Yeah, from Singapore?
Yes.
Yeah, he's doing some crazy things.
And also to Sean as well.
Yeah.
Part of the Museum team. I think they're making collecting fun, bro. Yeah. They're also spotting a market that collectibles are out there. There are fans. There are people that want to own art. They're coming from a collecting background with sneakers, with cores or the figurines. They will really want to understand like how can I be part of the art? Because like if I own like a Bear Brick, Michelle Basquiat collab, right? I don't really own like a freaking Basquiat piece. But for the connections behind Museum, the things that they're bringing, the collabs, Philip Colbert, the Lobster Man.
Yeah. He has a vault, right? Like Wei has like a
He has a
fossil.
Have you been to?
No.
Fuck, you didn't go?
I gotta go next time.
Bro, they have like a freaking dinosaur inside.
Yeah, he has a dinosaur.
Yeah. And it was quite wow when I saw that in front of me. And it's not like a usual museum experience, right? You can freaking touch it, you can take selfie, you can like.
So he has a whole like space to have all this.
Yeah, it's basically a warehouse where they store amazing art pieces and red wines, and they even have like a gold exchange inside.
wow.
inside the facility. So have you watched the movie Tenant? There's like a freaking car
Tenet,
crash into
yeah.
Switzerland. It's like an art fault, right? So he always used this as the example to introduce where museum locates. Yeah. So that's the part of the story. So it's crazy, man. Like you can just get to see a freaking, when they have like clearance, you can get to see a lot of amazing pieces out there. But I'm not sure whether I can I can share too much about that. But anyway, my point is they're making collecting really fun. Like the dinosaur, the Triceratops that they're doing, they will be actually use that as okay, all right. So how can we co-own the freaking dinosaur, right? You have like a collectible. And I think if I'm not wrong, right, there's like a bone fracture of that will also be part of the model, like next to the base, something like that. Anyway, it's a collectible that when you collect a piece of it, you also owns it, and I'm not sure whether it comes with like a physical bound token which you scan with your phone, and then you got an NFT, something like that. But you can see that like they're doing crazy stuff and different tiers. So you can have different entry points. If you are a less serious collector, you don't want to put too much money, you can get like the entry. And if you want to buy like, I think they do like even a one of one. No, wait, it's not. I don't think it's a one of one, right? But it's a fucking just the head of the Triceratops.
And is everything on chain? Is that where the blockchain stuff happens? Like in his?
I think so because you have to you'll be co-owning a dinosaur. Meaning that will be reflected on the blockchain. And this dinosaur, they are having collaboration opportunities in museums as well. Imagine like you bring your kids, you bring your friends, and they're like, hey, I co-own this dinosaur.
That's very cool.
That's insane. And they are not only fractionalize it, like the old days, oh yeah, a Basquiat painting, you fractionalize it. I probably get this like blurred red piece, but I don't even know what the fuck is it. But no, you actually have a collectible that reflects your collection. So I think that it's bringing the concept together, and I feel that like that makes collecting a lot more fun. Yeah.
Do you own any of the fossils or anything?
No. But because like I try not to get too many physical stuff right now. If not, I would get scolded by my wife since we're sharing the same space, right?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you so you said you got your punk in June.
Yeah.
Of this year.
She didn't know that, but now of course she knows that because
what did she say?
No, she never knew the price. She knew nothing about it. But it's funny because like that's one thing she told me, right? If it's like money that can't go into the bank. It's fake money. So this is still sort of that kind of concept from
money cannot go to the
Murakami.
bank. It's fake money.
Yeah, but we know that it could, right? Just that we hold our backs, bro. We hold our backs, right? No, I mean like at the end of the day, we need that sort of emotional attachment. Yeah, I mean I think it's so hard for you to sell this, man, unless you find like probably a penguin to upgrade that looks very similar. Let me tell you, if this go to like 10 ETH or 100 ETH, no, probably, wait, let's say 5 ETH, would you sell it? Probably, right? Yeah, but the thing is like,
this is recorded.
But the thing is like, if it's on the way all the way to 5 ETH or 10 ETH, you won't sell it during that point.
Dude, you
feel that you're gonna go higher.
That's
right?
true. I mean, in December when they I think it was January. Yeah, December. They were almost a year now when Pengu, the token launched.
Yeah.
Dude, my little pudgy was at 15K because people were anticipating the airdrop.
Yep.
So they bought the.
Yep.
I was like, okay, this airdrop better be worth it, and it was. It was really worth it.
Yeah.
After holding it but yeah, that was.
Exactly, man. So crazy JPEGs, right?
Yeah.
Crazy JPEGs, and sometimes I don't even know where the liquid coming from, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of rich people out there.
So at the end of the day, I just feel that like stop asking too much why, but just to believe, man. I mean, yeah. I could flip my punk after I bought it for like 3 weeks. I think I got like a 2 to 3x already
Wow.
during that time. But no, you just got emotionally attached to a point that I also bought the fee one as well. I'm not sure whether you're familiar with the fee one and the fee two relationship. So basically, because of the contract bug at the old days, so when people claim their punks and when they sell it on the marketplace, because during back then, CryptoPunks, they have the marketplace, and right now you have the marketplace, right? So that's one of the amazing features of punks. But the thing is, like for the buyer, you can actually, you buy it, but your funds are still here. So basically, you are getting it for free because the ETH are still here. So that's like contract bug. So then, long story short, there's like a V2 version from Lava Lab saying that like, oh, we sort of have like another contract and gonna throw that out, but the free ones are already out there. So it's always a dream for me to get a pairing, like a V1 and V2. So yeah, I'm so happy that I finally got it.
Yeah. Oh, so you got both V1 and V2.
Yeah, it looks exactly the same.
Oh, it's just different.
So and no one in the V1 community can get this punk, like get my face and it's V2, right? I would be pissed. Imagine like there's a V1 V2 that looks exactly the same, but someone on V1 is getting the same face here, right?
Yeah.
And I guess like only 1K pairs are existing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the all-time high for CryptoPunks?
Shit, I'm the worst guy that you asked, man. I don't know. Probably all the I don't know.
Was it half a mil? No, or just
no, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I can't anyhow just say it. I don't know. Probably more than 100 ETH, man.
Yeah. I think when it comes to collectibles, like CryptoPunks, I mean, when it comes to NFTs, CryptoPunks is like the first edition Charizards. They're the OG NFT collection. I think they started in 2017 or 2018. They were like the original PFP collectibles. And because I know this because I think I was listening to a podcast where Logan Paul was saying, Logan Paul, one of the Paul brothers, said that Gary Vee had this cabal chat. Again, don't quote me on this, but I think that's what he said. He said, yo, we got to buy these punks. And this is like 2018. And that's yeah.
Yeah, man. And it's free to claim during that time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
Free to claim.
You just have to pay gas. But imagine during that days, like paying gas for that is not, it's not wise. Like what we have thought of, right?
Yeah, because gas was pretty high, right? Or was it?
You wouldn't just want to spend money on something that you're not sure about it, right? Yeah. But I guess like we have seen a lot of stuff that actually open our eyes, our inner child, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But TC, dude, it's been an amazing time, and I asked all my guests this before we close. Is what's next for you? What's next for you? If you want to show anything, feel free to show. But yeah, what's up with what's next with TC and what you're doing?
I did curation with Super Rare 2 months ago, actually last month. So it's a wake up call series. The name of the exhibition is Wake Up Call. So I just had the first part of it, and we about to launch the second part probably in January.
Okay.
So it's basically an exhibition that I will be reaching out to 8 artists that are doing different mediums to tell a story, because I think that like through a Wake Up Call, you have 3 different phases. The first phase is like the denial, dismantled, and the second phase is you try to adapt and you are getting more to be yourself, and the third part is like a transformation. But at the end of the day, I feel that like a wake up call is always a loop. You learn something, but then you find that like, all right, I got another lesson to learn as well. So I hope that like through art creation is also an expression for myself to share like my art and to uplift artists as well. So this is what I'm focusing right now. Yeah,
amazing. And is that? It's gonna be like an art show in Singapore?
Oh, it's a digital show on Super Rare. So it's on a platform. Like a curated, let's say OpenSea, if they have created drop, it's something like that. So when it comes to digital art, a lot of amazing art shows are in Super Rare. But now Super Rare, they also have an offline gallery in New York. So for everyone that's listening, definitely have to check them out, Super Rare.
Yeah. Super Rare does stuff in Web3, right? Is that what they originated?
Yes, correct. So they are Web3 native crypto art, digital art platform. Yeah.
They're still around. Yeah. I remember hearing them in the beginning, doing the NFT craze, Super Rare. It's like a digital platform.
Yeah.
I mean, there were a lot of, I actually interviewed for a couple of like kind of similar type of super rare kind of companies, but they don't exist. But I feel like
Imagine
super
like
rare.
Sam Spread, Xcopy, they all started in super rare.
It's super rare.
And how they get their early collectors, supporters. And if you have, as an artist, if you have to be eligible on super rare, you need to go on like an application or like a referral or something like that. So it's not anyhow like, oh, you're an artist and then you can just like throw whatever shit out there. I shouldn't say shit, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Things like that. Oh, that's cool. So that is happening in January.
Yep, that's my target. Yeah, but this all depends on my schedule. But yeah, that's the what I will be focusing right now. But yeah, apart from that, gonna be in Hong Kong for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yep. And let's see, we're gonna meet some Web3 friends as well, like Subvert, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Have you met Subvert already?
I have. Yes, he's an OG here in Hong Kong.
Yeah. Love this guy. He's my good friend, my brother as well. And Goldie, you know, like these guys. So yeah, let's see how our schedule works.
Yeah. Dude, amazing. Well, TC, it's amazing to have you here and just learn about kind of your background and just chop it up about NFTs. I love that. And so, yeah, hopefully your trip is fruitful in Hong Kong.
Thank you, man.
I'm sure I'll see you somewhere.
Let's go.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.